Alright, let's play a quick game. I'll show you a bunch of fabrics that all look like suede. Now here's the challenge. Which one is the real Alcantara? To your eyes, they might all look the same. Soft, fuzzy, kind of sporty. But here's a twist. Only one of them is the genuine article. The others? They've got names you've probably never heard of unless you are in the industry. Ultrasuede, Race-Tex, Lemons, and Dinamica. And yet, because Alcantara got so famous, people, even Wikipedia entries, often just use Alcantara as a convenient label for all of them. So what is Alcantara? Why is it so special? And is it worth having in your car? Let's untangle this fuzzy situation. Alright, so first things first, Alcantara is not a generic material category. It's actually a brand name for a very specific type of synthetic suede. Think of it like Hoover for vacuum cleaners or Kleenex for tissues. The brand name became so famous that people now use Alcantara as shorthand for almost any suede-like fabric. But strictly speaking, only one of them is the real deal. So, what exactly is it? Technically, Alcantara is a high-tech textile made from a blend of around 68% polyester and 32% polyurethane. Through extrusion, chemical processing, and textile treatment, you get that unique soft microfibrous nap. It was originally developed in the 1970s by a Japanese chemist named Miyoshi Okamoto, who was working at Toray Industries at the time, and later turned into a joint venture with the Italian energy group ENI. That partnership created Alcantara S.p.A., the company that still produces the material today. And yes, the company is literally named after its star product, which is why the word Alcantara is always capitalized. So before we go further, let's quickly clarify what is suede. Suede is basically leather, but the soft, fuzzy side. Imagine taking the inner layer of animal hide, buffing it, and you get that velvety texture. It's smooth, pliable, and has that luxurious, grippy feel. The downside, real suede is delicate. It can stain, wear unevenly, and isn't exactly waterproof. That's why synthetic versions like Alcantara exist. They mimic the look and feel of suede, but with more durability, consistency, and even some technical perks for cars, furniture, and fashion. Now, if Alcantara is a brand, what about all those other suede-like materials you've heard of? Well, those are basically competitors. Take Ultrasuede, for example. Fun fact, it actually comes from the same technical roots as Alcantara. Back in the 1970s, Toray Industries in Japan developed this ultrafine microfiber process. From there, two things happened. Toray partnered with Italy's ENI to create Alcantara S.p.A. That's the Italian joint venture producing Alcantara. At the same time, Toray kept the tech for its own brand, Ultrasuede. So Alcantara and Ultrasuede are like two products from the same invention, but managed differently. Alcantara is produced in Italy, positioned as a high-end material, and you will often see it in performance cars and premium trims. Ultrasuede has a broader presence. It shows up in cars, furniture, and more mainstream applications. And then you have the in-house versions made by carmakers. Porsche calls theirs Race-Tex. You will see it in Taycan. Bottom line, all of these materials aim for that suede-like vibe. But Alcantara got so popular that the name itself turned into shorthand. That's why when you read Alcantara in a car review, it might not actually be Alcantara. It could just as well be Ultrasuede, Race-Tex, or something else. So, why did Alcantara become such a big deal in cars? Simple. It started in racing, and racers don't put up with unless gimmicks. Grip, grip, grip. This is the number one reason. On a steering wheel or a racing seat, Alcantara gives you way more grip than smooth leather or slippery plastic. Perfect when your palms get sweaty, whether you are in a race car or just trying to look fast at a stoplight. No glare, it's matte, so it doesn't bounce sunlight into your eyes or reflect onto the windshield. Tiny detail, big comfort. Lightweight. It's lighter than leather. And in performance cars, yes, even saving a few grams matters. Durability and safety. It can be made flame retardant, and it generally outlasts real suede. Vegan bonus. No animals involved, so you get the sporty vibe without the guilt. The feel factor. It just feels premium and racy. Touch it, and suddenly your car feels like it belongs on a track. Fun fact, the first production car to feature Alcantara was the Fiat X19 back in the 1970s. Fast forward to today, and you will find it everywhere, on seats, dashboards, headliners, door cards, and of course, the steering wheel you are gripping a little too tight. But Alcantara is not perfect. In fact, it can be kind of high maintenance. Wear and tear. When new, it's fluffy and soft. Over time, oils from your hands, dirt from your jeans, and poof, it goes flat, shiny, and sometimes even greasy. A worn Alcantara steering wheel basically feels like sandpaper wrapped in regret. Cleaning drama. You can't just grab any household cleaner and scrub. Nope, you need gentle cleaners and a soft brush to lift the nap back up. Forget to clean it, and it will look tired real fast. Shading issue. The fibers have a direction, so every time you sit, lean, or wipe, the nap moves. That means you might end up with patches that look darker or lighter. Some people don't care, but if you are a perfectionist, welcome to madness. Cost. It's usually bundled into higher trim packages, and that can easily mean $1,500 to $4,000 extra on your car. Basically, your fuzzy fabric costs as much as a used beater car. So yeah, Alcantara is kind of like a pair of white sneakers. Looks amazing when new, but you will spend half your life trying to keep it clean. So, is Alcantara, or really any of these suede-like fabrics, worth it? Get it! If you love grip, want that racy premium vibe, and you are the type who doesn't mind giving your interior a spa day every now and then. For you, the payoff is worth the hassle. Skip it if you just want to get in, drive, spill a coffee, and not worry. If uneven wear patterns would drive you nuts, or you just prefer good old leather or cloth, Alcantara is going to feel like a diva. And here's the thing. Car makers know it has that premium image. That's why they usually only throw Alcantara or faux suede trim into higher trims or performance models. Like a base Tesla Model 3 has plain woven fabric on the doors. but set up to the performance version, and suddenly, boom! Full suede door panels. Not because the car desperately needs grip on the door cards, but because it just looks and feels more upscale. So yes, sometimes you are paying for function, and sometimes you are paying for the vibe. So by now you can probably see suede-like fabric isn't just one single thing. Sometimes it's a woven fabric with a brushed or coated surface. That's what you will find on shoes, sofas, or home decor. And then there's the non-woven type, where the top tier is Alcantara and Ultrasuede. Technically, still a fabric, but the process and performance are on a whole different level. So next time you see the word Suede-like on a label, don't just assume it means Alcantara. It could be the premium stuff used in high-end car interiors, or it could just be the fuzzy lining on a gift box. The gap is about as big as sneakers versus slippers. Okay, let's bring it all together. Alcantara isn't just any suede-like material. It's a specific Italian brand born from a Japanese chemist invention, and it's made its mark thanks to grip, lightness, and that premium sporty aura. But it's also picky. It wears, it needs cleaning, and it isn't cheap. So next time you hear someone say, "This car has Alcantara," you might want to ask, is it the real Alcantara? Or just one of its cousins, like Ultrasuede, Race-Tex, or basically just another faux suede out there? Either way, the difference is in the details, and in how much effort you are willing to put into keeping your car's interior from turning into suede-flavored sandpaper.